You may notice you've all got a card. So the first thing we're actually going to do now is find the other people with the same suit as you. So you're in 4 groups: spades, diamonds, hearts, clubs. So try and find the people with the same suit as you, and the winner is the first group that gets all with each other. So find the other people, get sitting together, now go for it. There's a tie between hearts have it slightly, I think. Okay, you're not actually the winner, it just means that you do get 2 bonus points for the actual game that we start with, which is the quiz.
We can't sit together, shall we sit separately?
Yeah, I mean, okay. Also, we have a little bit of equipment that I need to hand out for this. So, hearts. Where are spades? Spades.
We have a noise maker.
Yeah. And diamonds.
Here.
And finally, clubs. Where are clubs? You get the specially prepared equipment. So, for the quiz, the rules are simple. I ask a question. If you think you know the answer, make a noise with your noisemaker. Then you get to answer it. If you get it right, you get 2 points. If you get it wrong, you lose a point, and it goes to the next team for a bonus point. So, if diamonds get it wrong, they would then be on -1. Hearts would then have the possibility of getting 1 point. If they get it wrong, then we're on to the next question. Okay, so, first question. In what year was the word gamification first used? These are your alternatives.
1991.
Yes. Diamonds.
1965.
Huh?
1965.
1965 is wrong. You are on the list. Hearts. Hearts. You're hearts. Okay. 1945. Now you're probably thinking of game theory, so nobody gets that. It is in fact 2005. Yes. In fact, this is the oldest mention I could find on the internet. If we look at Google Trends, this measures the frequency of search words and also use of words in news items. We actually have nothing before 2010, and then it's massive. Yeah. Gamification is a buzzword at the moment, particularly in industry. It's also starting to be used a lot in education. It's so new that people aren't even sure exactly what it means, but it's generally taken as meaning something like the use of games and game mechanics to enhance non-game activities. So this is what it's all about. Next question. Anybody know who this woman is? If you do, you know most of what I'm doing. Nobody? Okay, this is Jane McGonigal. She is a game designer and also a leader of what we call the serious games movement. This is the use of games to solve social problems. She first made her splash in 2008 at a game designers conference, where she argued that the reason that 800 million people are escaping into computer games worldwide is not because computer games are evil, addictive things that are sucking out our children's souls. It's because games have got it right, and, to use her own phrase, reality is broken. Yeah? People get addicted to games simply because games give us what we need as human beings, and they don't get addicted to their jobs, with a few exceptions, because they don't. Okay? So, although McGonigal doesn't use the word gamification much herself, she was one of the pioneers of this. Next question, easy one. What is this game? Okay, make a noise if you want to answer. Okay. World of Warcraft is correct. 2 points. 2 plus. Okay. World of Warcraft is the example that's always used because it is one of the most successful games ever. A typical World of Warcraft player plays for over 20 hours a week. That's a part-time job. Okay. Again, we'll see later, it does a lot of things that really kind of tie into the way our brains work and make us want to play it. And just think, if you could get your students to put in that amount of effort into studying English, you can't, by the way, but you can come a bit closer. Okay. Next question, what is the world's second largest wiki? Obviously the world's largest wiki is Wikipedia. What is the second largest wiki?
Answers?
This is not a multiple choice one. That would be too easy. Yes?
Wiki Games?
Yes, Portugal. You were...
Space Aliens.
How do you know that? So it goes to clubs for a bonus point. There are no penalties if it's a bonus point, so you can make a wild guess if you want. The world's second largest wiki. The last one was close. Clubs. 5, 4, 3, 2. You have to be a club. Only clubs. 2, 1, 0. The World of Warcraft wiki with 95,851 pages as of 2 days ago. It's probably more now. And this is staggering. Not only are these people spending 20 hours a week playing the game, they have also created something the size of a library just about this game. That is quite phenomenal. So again, what I was thinking about was how can we leverage this enthusiasm? Similarly, a while ago when I did a course on fantasy literature, I had students who had read not just The Lord of the Rings in English, they had read The Silmarillion in English. If any of you know Tolkien, the Silmarillion is this thick and very dull. It's not like The Lord of the Rings. It's not a nice story about hobbits. It's like Tolkien's history and mythology of Middle-earth. But something made them do it. So this is the question that eats me. Okay, next one. This is a tricky one. You get 2 points if you can pronounce all 3 of these names correctly. Make a noise if you want to have a try. I will accept approximate answers.
2 of them.
Yes.
Johan Huizinga, Roger Kalwa, I can't. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi.
I think that's... I'll give you 1 point. That's cool. You were space, so you've got into positive figures. Okay, that was the first question. Now, these people are important because they're all ludologists or theorists of games. This man who I've been reliably informed by my Dutch colleague, his name is pronounced, I think, Johan Huizinga. He was a cultural historian. He wrote a book called Homo Ludens, meaning man the player, which is the classic of games studies. It was particularly Huizinga who got the idea that games are not just something we play as a game. Play is actually part of culture. It's part of everyday life as well. Roger Caillois was a French sociologist. He took this guy's work and expanded on it. We'll be referring to him later. And this last person, Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, he is responsible for this concept called flow, which you may have heard of. So, flow is described as an optimal psychological state. It comes from a perfect balance of challenge and skill level. And she said, I said, play is the optimal flow experience. Yeah? Or I think we call it the flow generator par excellence. Because games are designed to do this. They're designed to perfectly match your skill level and your challenges. You can do that in different ways. You can do it by levels in a computer game. You can do it by having increasingly difficult opponents in a game of chess or tennis. And obviously this is something that we as teachers always need to be thinking about. Yeah? Where are the students? What is their skill level? What is the challenge? You want something about that. And this is where it ties in with what Catherine was talking about, scaffolding. Yeah? Scaffolding is a way of kind of bridging this gap. Because if you don't, then if it's too easy, they fall into this level, so boredom or apathy. If it's too hard, we end up with anxiety, which I'm sure you've encountered in your students. So, thank you for playing the game. On to the talk proper. But before I go on to the main thing, I'd just like you to remember some of the features of the game that I'll be referring to later. So we have, for example, teamwork. We have an element of randomness with the cards. We have the use of game equipment in a non-game setting. Again, use of the cards. We have feedback, you got the correct answers. And also rewards or a sense of achievement because I gave you